Hello, living in Boulder for May 13th. Okay, so I had a reality check the other day. What was it, day before yesterday? I went running. I ran up um, uh, Sanitas, Mount Sanitas, and I could barely even walk up it. I'm so out of shape. There's this dude who was walking who I was running, and I passed him at the very beginning, and then he ended up passing me and kicking my ass at the end of it. And he was just walking. In regular short like jeans and stuff. Then I ran down the mountain and I could barely run down the mountain. Like I was like tripping and stuff and look at it and fall. And then I ran a couple more blocks, realized I couldn't run, so I had to have my mom pick me up. And I came home and I was like, what the hell? So I wasn't going to do anything the rest of the day as far as exercise went. So I went and I was working on my the castles on my timeline. And I went through all the castles. The other day, I had to finish the actual building of the castles and uploading the images. I wasn't quite done with that. Italy and Britain, UK. And so yesterday I went over it. I on my castle files, there's the image because I have it where you can use it on a cell phone too, and just download individual files. Um, and yeah. So I have it individualized from Flickr, Google Earth, and then Google Earth Movies Panorama. And I kind of got most of the way through the images, connecting the links to the images of the castles for almost all of them. So after I'm done, yeah, in like a day and a half. So I think I'm just gonna, and my mom told me to take today off too. So I was like, okay, I'll take her advice. I wanted to see how much I could get through today with the links of the images of my castles. After I do that, I can go in and link the Google Earth files that shows the location of the castles, and um, then that if I can do that in like a couple of days, then I have to create the panoramas of the castles, which is like a minute each, just to create the panorama. But then I could link them, so maybe like a week or something. I don't know how long it take the panorama. That'd take a while because it's a whole minute, but a few days to do that. But once I get all that done, I can then drag the castles into their proper kingdoms. In a lot of cases, the kingdoms don't even exist. Maybe I'll create a kingdom. I don't know, but it'll get my timeline to the next level. Right now, it's clearly in a limbo state because you have all these castles at the bottom which aren't in their proper timeline, and it's not really functionable. So just motivated me again, gave me another motivating force to continue with the website. I don't need to exercise that much. I was going to try and exercise a lot and get in shape and stuff, but that's going to give me not enough time to work on to finish my my website. And I don't want other people to kind of pass me up. I'm already in a good position. I don't want, if I wait too long, some other people are gonna build Rome on Google Earth, and I'm almost done with that. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna maybe every third day I'll exercise, but I will exercise. I was thinking about doing it today. The next thing I'm gonna do is ride my electric bike up to Eldora and then climb a mountain. I'm gonna ride my electric bike up to Brainerd Lake if the battery lasts that long. I'm super curious. And then climb like Mount Audubon, that'll be fun. Ride the electric bike up in the mountains and climb mountains. And then back. My fiance comes in July 10th to the 23rd, so we'll do riding every day then on the electric bike. So yeah, I just needed to maintain my physical bike. Totally deteriorating on me. I can't run at all, but I could run myself back into shape. I just can't expect to run, from the beginning. I just have to do like the trot in the beginning. That's what happens when you go for too long without running. Yeah, I had a weird dream last night that I was in South America and I was going to go and like just on a trip just for fun with some people. And I was in a car, and I think one of the people was Mark Hamill, and then some other dude, and he was driving way too fast. He was driving like basically video game in a car, like really fast up the embankment of some other white dude, like American guy. And then I get into, and then we're driving up the mountains to in Peru, and there are these mountains up there, and not an actual play, but I remember it. Remember it in my dream. I remember going there in my, 20 years ago, but it wasn't the same 20 years ago. It wasn't the same reality. But I go in there, and then, and I think it was at that place, or maybe it was before, but there was like a party, and it filled up with a pool, and people were underwater. You could hold your breath and swim underwater. But then I went to this place, in Peru, and I gave him my driver's license for some reason, because we all gave it to him. And then I was like, oh shit, I got to get out of here, and asked for my driver's license. They didn't have it to me. And all these people pulled guns on me, and I was like, oh shit, am I being taken hostage? So then I ran for it, and I ran down this really steep embankment and across a river, and then there were these people closing a neighborhood, I guess, for the day with these big tall gates. So I climbed over the gates into the neighborhood, even though it wasn't a nice neighborhood. And then I found some other dude, an American guy, who was trying to treat these coke addicts, and there are all these messed up coke people there. And I ran in there, but then that's when I woke up. So it's a weird ass dream. At least I remembered it. I smoked a joint last night. I was on the internet, and I saw that they made mushrooms legal. So all of a sudden I felt like smoking a joint. So I knocked on my roommate's, or I heard my roommate, and I asked him if he had a joint. He had one. He always has joints. So I smoked half of one, got really high, and listened to my Diogenes. I'm listening to Diogenes now, one chapter at a time. I'm not doing it all the way through, just because I want a chance of trying to distinguish the different philosophers he talks about. It's like 86 philosophers. So, and I didn't finish the book yesterday because I was, and I don't need to go out and ride and be exercising all the time in order to finish a book. I can just do it at home. And I think I'm going to do that, get in the habit. I just have to be sober. That's the only problem. And so, I'm pretty much sober now. I'm not smoking any weed. It was like 3 weeks since the last time I smoked weed or something. That's what my roommate said. So, I'm going to finish Diogenes today and then do a video about it, which I'm super looking forward to. And then I'll do, I think, Plato Republic after that, and all the different Plato books. You can't be too high when you listen to that stuff. You kind of will lose your focus. Actually, at some point in Diogenes, he was talking about a philosopher, and they were actually breaking down the subjects in the Republic. I didn't realize that, what they were talking about. That's what I'm up to now. It's weird. I got super motivated to ride and stuff while it was snowing, and now it's nice again, and I lost my motivation. So maybe that was God saying, don't do it. So I'm just going to work on these timeline for the next couple of weeks, maybe the rest of the month. And then at that point, I'll bail from that, and then maybe work on Google Earthing Rome or Google Earthing Boulder, perhaps. I don't feel any pressure to tie anything up in particular. Somebody actually commented on one of my videos. I did a video about how higher college is bullshit, and somebody commented like, "You have no focus. You're a loser." And it's like, I guess they were referring to how I'm not done with anything on my website, but it's my strategy. When you get to the end and I have all that done, then guess who wins? Me. So. I just have to finish. I can't give up. And so, suddenly, writing all the time and stuff, that's kind of giving up. So, I think I need it at least a year or two, maybe 2 more years, but I'm at 81,000. I checked yesterday, 81,000 page views a month on my website. When I get to 100, I can get paid by AdThrive. I haven't made a single penny with Google, so there's something going on with them, but I don't have to worry about them because AdThrive said that they'll hook me up. But once I get to 100,000, that's when it becomes critical for me to make sure that everything's tied up and that my timeline, my website is polished and there's words where they need to be and links fixed where they need to be. And I don't have any other people's images on my website and that kind of stuff. But that's probably not going to be for at least another year. So, I mean, it's looking like maybe I'm curious to see what'll come first because it's looking like me getting my website to a presentable place where most things are tied up and where I'll hit 100,000 page views. It looks like that'll happen at the same time. Like they're destined. So I'm just curious to see, when I get to the end of one of those, where the other will be. It might happen magically where it's at the same time. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna smoke the rest of that joint now. And because I'm doing tedious work anyway, attaching links, but I don't have that many more. Maybe I did the crux of it. So once I'm done with attaching the links to Flickr images, I can then do the Google Earth files, which is just as fast because they're already prepared. And yeah, and then I make the movies and attach the movies, and then I drag them into the proper place, and that could go by quite quickly because I've been working on super tedious stuff before this, and I haven't worked on my timeline for like 5 years. I think the last time was in 2013. That's like 14, 15, 16. That's like 6 years, my God. So it's about time I get back on the timeline again. My lordliness. And I can tell if you look at society, our society is ridiculous now. It's a total joke. Like the people on top are the biggest morons ever, and it's totally contrived, and it's a bubble that's going to pop, like people like Ben Shapiro pretending to be intellectuals. He freaks out on that other hardcore right-wing guy without even realizing he's a right-wing and just attacking him. He's using the same playbook that Trump uses. It's the I'm never wrong and you're always wrong, and I'm just going to like insult you and that makes me win, like that stuff. Once you hit a certain level of intelligence with the general populace, that stuff pops. All of a sudden, people see right through it. And that's going to happen in like two years. So by the time I'm done with my website, I think people will be ready for my website. And people will actually be smart. We're not going to have Donnie Boy in charge anymore. He'll probably be in jail. We'll have Bernie in the White House. And it'll be smooth sailing from then on in. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and power out my website, and the human body is resilient. I could get myself into a totally disastrous position physically, and I could fight my way back. It might take a long ass time, but I bet you I could fight my way back. So I'm going to just continue on my website. Oh yeah, plus I'm going to exercise anyway. I'm going to ride every few days. I'm fit enough right now to ride, like go on legit rides. I could probably ride my electric bike. That's why I got the electric bike, to help chunky me up in the mountains, climb mountain, come back. That'd be badass. All right, so that's enough talking. Peace out.